What's up everybody, welcome back to Wassiboi React. So in today's video, it's another One Piece theme related video. The video we're reacting to is called All 10 Awakened Devil Fruit Users Explained. So the video is from Jaegeris. We did react to his video previously in the past few weeks, a couple weeks ago. And you guys loved it, which was very surprised. I didn't think you guys will with it that much, so we're reacting to another one. Well, something similar. On the other video, I just want to quickly read through some of the comments on here. Okay, we have a star. Someone commented a star. Next one commented, Oda is going to cook the world soon. And someone just basically mocked me saying I got spoiled. It's peak. Because yeah, I got spoiled watching that. And then these other long ass ones. You know what, I'll put the screenshot of these other long ass comments, bro. Yeah, but I will read this one though. I don't think the original poster knows what redesign means. The video is full of nonsense comments that look like it was written by AI, such as Luffy new shorts. They are the same design pre and post time skip, and now armed with a climb attack. Nami has used a climb attack since Alabasta. Yeah, he's right. That was spot on. This comment is spot on. So basically, the original video, the guy was like talking about some shit, bro. Like, Nami's been using climb attack for time, bro. And then saying, oh, the new redesign, that bullshit. Bro, come on. What the f are you talking about? Yeah, anyway, I hope I don't get spoiled again. I hope not. This video was from a year or two ago. Posted in 2023, June 2023. So I don't think I should be spoiled, all right? Because it's 2 years old. So yeah, anyway, let's get into this video.
In the world of One Piece, there's a rare phenomenon of Devil Fruit awakening that only a handful of characters have managed to achieve.
Okay, I think I know most of these characters. All right, I have a feeling I know.
This process makes Devil Fruit users infinitely more powerful and grants them many impressive new abilities. So today, we'll be explaining all 10 Devil Fruit users who managed to awaken their powers, starting
well, that we know
with
of.
the strongest member in CP9's history, Rob Lucci. At some point in his life, Lucci ate the Neko Neko no Mi, model leopard, and despite it obviously granting him the ability to turn into a human leopard, this fruit also dramatically increased his physical strength, as shown when he easily threw Luffy and Zoro through a building across the whole city. Upon awakening this fruit, Lucci's hybrid form undergoes a physical transformation where its size increases, his body becomes more slim, and a dark flame forms a mane down his back and arms. Lucci mostly uses this fruit.
Well, to be fair, that is a awakening, bro. You just become skinny, bro. Like he's form already does that, bro. That's a awakening. Let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. He just got black flames around him. That's basically
to make
what
his
happened.
Rokashiki techniques like Shigan and Rankyaku more powerful, utilizing claws on his fingers and the strength in his legs. He also learned to use Seimei Kikan, which allows him to freely manipulate his body parts. Lucci mostly uses this to shrink and compress his muscles, transforming him into a smaller, more human form in which he's much faster than usual. Although Lucci had incredible growth throughout the series and became much stronger, he ultimately proved to be no match for Luffy in his Gear 5th form and thereafter deserves to be placed in...
What do you mean his 5th gear, bro? Luffy doesn't even need to go to 5th gear to take him, bro. It done him in Gear 2, bro. Bro, like, he just needs 4 gears, bro. Awaken, bro. Probably can still do in Gear 2.
A tier. Charlotte Katakuri.
That should be
Katakuri
B
is the strongest
tier,
sweet
in my
commander of the
opinion.
Big Mom Pirates and the governor of the Komugi Island. His devil fruit is called Mochi Mochi no Mi.
I don't know anyone that doesn't like Katakuri, bro.
Paramecia devil fruit that allows him to create, control, and transform into mochi. Katakuri uses this ability in many unique ways, like transforming his leg into mochi and using it as a weapon, creating thick mochi and using it to entrap his opponents,
yeah,
and even
his
enlarging
devil
his
fruit
limbs
is
to a
beastly,
gigantic
bro.
size and stretching them to
Well,
increase his attack
but
range.
he's using it very well.
On the one hand, Katakuri's fruit is pretty similar to Luffy's fruit, as it allows Katakuri to extend his limbs. But one major difference is that due to Mochi Mochi no Mi being a special Paramecia fruit, Katakuri can also fully transform his body into mochi, similar to Logia users. Once Katakuri mastered and awakened this fruit,
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the guy? The guy who's got Candle, Mr. 3, Candle. He can transform his body into Candle as well, right? Like, is that special?
enabled him to transform nearby material into mochi, greatly enhancing the range of his attacks and allowing him to manipulate the environment to his advantage. Even though Katakuri eventually lost his 21-episode-long fight against Luffy, it's
that was 21
an
episodes.
incredibly strong fighter and therefore deserves to be placed in
the same line as Lucci, bro. No, that's why I said Lucci should be B, Katakuri A.
tier. There are still 8 more extremely powerful
I have a feeling I know who some of these guys are.
characters left to cover, and the next one is the puppet master, Don Quixote do Flamingo.
Okay.
Do Flamingo is a former warlord of the sea who ate Iro Iro no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to create and manipulate strings. Do Flamingo usually uses this fruit by bending his fingers to move strings as
he's probably he should be A tier as well. Same line as Katakuri. He can also use these
strings to cut his targets and destroy their weapons. Show when he managed to cleanly sever Little Lord Jr.'s leg in one swift motion and even decapitate Crocodile. His defensive capabilities are also no joke, as he could cross his strings to form a net, slicing in half an asteroid in order to protect himself. Due to him mastering the power of this fruit, he managed to awaken it, which made him an even bigger monster. His awakened fruit allows him to transform the ground and buildings around him into strings and use them for his attacks. When utilizing this new power, Do Flamingo tends to stay on the ground, shaping his strings into sharp tentacles and unleashing them down on targets. In addition, these new awakened strings can also be infused with armament hockey, granting Do Flamingo even more offensive power. It's needless to say that Do Flamingo was one of the strongest warlords in the series, and therefore B tier should be a fitting.
Oh my god, bro, this guy is pissing me off, bro. How the f are you gonna put Lucci above Do Flamingo in terms of like devil fruit control and power, bro? Lucci's devil fruit is shitter than Do Flamingo's string fruit, so already there, that should, you know what I'm saying, like Do Flamingo should be above. Like, this is crazy.
Awakening in Zoan Devil Fruit can be a bit different than Paramecia Awakening, as it comes with the risk of the animal's nature consuming the user. This can cause them to lose their personalities and become simple-minded beasts, which is exactly what happened to the next characters on the list, the Awakened Zoans of Impact.
Bro, are we seriously gonna talk? Okay, why did they even make the spots? Like, what? Okay. I knew these guys awakened, yeah, but I didn't have these in mind. So these guys took a spot. So that means it's not going to talk about some of the people that I had in mind.
Down. These characters are Mino Zebra, the user that ate zebra fruit, Mino Rhinoceros, the user that ate rhino fruit, Mino Taurus, the user who ate Holstein cow fruit, and Mino Koala, the user that ate koala fruit. The four awakened jailer beasts are the most feared creatures within Impel Down due to their great strength, bloodlust, and ruthlessness. Due to them being awakened zone users, they're also incredibly durable and recover from injuries really fast. However, even with these abilities, they can still be relatively easily defeated by strong fighters such as Luffy, Jinbei, and Crocodile.
Seems to me like, almost seems to me like they ate the fucking smiley fruit, bro.
To mention that although they're the strongest guards, there's some stronger people working in prison, such as Magellan, Hannibal, and maybe even Sadi. These Zoan users are obviously the weakest characters on the list so far and deserve to be placed in D tier. Kaku. Kaku is currently a member of CP0, the strongest intelligence organization working directly under the World Nobles. We were first introduced to Kaku during the Water 7 arc, and later during Enies Lobby, we witnessed him acquiring the power of Ushi Ushi no Mi, model Giraffe. This Zoan-type devil fruit allowed Kaku to transform into either hybrid or full giraffe form at will. Although Giraffe is a mostly harmless animal, Kaku quickly demonstrated how effective and deadly this fruit can be in the right hands.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
And the four-sword style, allowing him to overpower Zoro in battle and almost defeat him.
Literally, he had no reason to go into that devil fruit form to fight Zoro, bro. Like, it made no difference, bro. Like, come on, you could have done that being in your normal form, bro.
Kaku could assume a new,
this devil fruit is dog shit,
form, which greatly enhanced his physical strength, speed, as well as his recovery rate. In this form, his already long giraffe neck becomes even longer and serpent-like, enabling him to perform powerful cutting movements with it. Same as Lucci, Kaku didn't lose his personality while awakening.
What is his fucking Chin Chow or Chin Jiao, whatever his name is?
Jailers who completely lost their identity due to the fruit's power. As noted by Zoro, the only real weakness of this devil fruit is having a long and very exposed neck that can be easily exploited. However, despite this, Kaku proved himself to be a pretty tough opponent for Straw Hats, and I think B tier would be a perfect place for him.
Same place as Do Flamingo, bro. This guy is trying to piss me off, bro. Oh my days.
With this, we're exactly halfway through the video, which means that there's still 5 more characters who fully managed to awaken their devil
who's
fruit
next?
powers.
Next, I think, to be fair, I don't know that thing, silhouette thing, but I will find out.
Let's continue with the one you may not know about.
Okay.
Tesoro. Tesoro was...
Does it count, bro? And how the f do you know he awakened it? Did it say?
The owner of the largest entertainment city ship in the world.
This is not what I had in mind, bro. Without a doubt.
The fruit he ate is called Goru Goru no Mi, and it allows him to manipulate gold at will. For example, he can quickly change the state of gold to either liquid or solid and can shape it in any way he desires. He can even encase living beings in gold, turning them into golden statues. In terms of defensive abilities, Tesoro can cover his own body with gold, creating a strong golden armor that's hard enough to withstand extremely powerful attacks, including hits from Gear 4 Luffy and cuts from Zoro's 3-sword style techniques. Since consuming this devil fruit,
Yeah,
DeSoto
if you didn't notice, there wasn't any haki on that
has
sword
been able to awaken
that
his
Zoro
powers,
was
gaining even
using.
further influence over gold. This enabled him to use all of the gold on the ship as an observation system, allowing him to detect break-ins or attacks on the city. With this, he also gained the ability to unleash explosive beams of metallic energy that were powerful enough to destroy the entire marine warship. Although this fruit is extremely powerful, it has some weaknesses. Namely, Tesoro can't create any new gold. He can only use the gold present in his surroundings, which means that this fruit is pretty much useless if there's no gold lying around. I mean, no wonder this guy lived on a huge floating casino. Eustace Kid. Captain
Okay.
Eustace Kid is a notorious pirate from South Blue, as well as one of the strongest members of the Worst Generation.
I don't know why that Tesoro was in there, honestly.
The Jiki Jiki no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit which allows him to create magnetic forces and use them to control metal. Kid makes excellent use of his devil fruit during combat. For example, he can repel metallic objects away from himself, such as cannonballs, or attract objects within his vicinity and create mechanical contraptions. This ability also makes him extremely powerful against fighters who use metal weapons, as he can easily disarm them using his devil fruit and use their weapons as building materials. However, Kid's favorite way to use his fruit's power is to form gigantic metallic arms connected to his actual ones and use them in close-range combat. After fully mastering and awakening his devil fruit, Kid unlocked a new ability to manifest magnetic properties onto his targets. This basically means that if Kid targets someone with a significant amount of metal surrounding them, they'll quickly be crushed, with force being strong enough to even rip large structures towards them. He can also stick opponents to a piece of the environment like a magnet, rendering them immobilized and vulnerable to all attacks. Despite his newly awakened abilities being incredibly strong, Kid is not yet used to them and therefore only uses them as a last resort during tough battles. With this in mind, I don't think I can place Kid any higher than B tier. Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. Same as Kid, Law is also a pirate captain and one of the strongest members of the Worst Generation. His devil fruit is called Ope Ope no Mi, and it allows him to create a force field in which he can freely modify anyone or anything. This fruit is renowned for allowing Law to perform miraculous surgeries and cure untreatable diseases. It's also known as the ultimate devil fruit because of its unique power to grant another person eternal youth in exchange for the user's own life. For this reason, the world government is willing to pay 5 billion bellies to anyone who can deliver this fruit to them. Besides the fruit's medical capabilities, Law is also very skilled in using it during combat, either to redirect attacks coming at him or to disarm his opponents. Furthermore, the Ope Ope no Mi makes Law well suited at fighting long-range battles, since he can practically control the entire fighting area as long as his powers are active. Having achieved the awakening of this fruit, Law became capable of coating objects with a space-distorting essence, allowing him to increase their size or make them pierce through targets. Law primarily utilizes these new powers with his sword, releasing powerful internal shockwaves on his victims after piercing them. Although Law's devil fruit is arguably among the strongest ones on this list, since he's still not used to its full powers, I can't really put him in S.
I mean, okay, that's fair, right? That's alright. Basically, this list, obviously, I know the last one is Luffy. I want to say this is Kaido, but I don't know. If that's not Kaido, that means he's missed out Kaido. I'm pretty sure, what do you call him? Oh, all the Gorosei, right? All the Goroseis awaken their devil fruit. Kaido's daughter, I forgot her name, that devil fruit being unlocked. Basically, he skipped those and put this fucker, right? These guys here, and this motherfucker from the film in there, bro. What the fuck is going on, bro?
The strongest awakened devil fruit user on this list, let's quickly go over one of the former members of the Roger Pirates, Douglas Bullet.
Oh my god, bro. This guy is trying to piss me off, bro. Why is bringing people in the film, bro? Like, do we give a fuck? Honestly, if it's not canon, do we give a fuck?
His youth, Bullet was a member
like,
of the
fucking hell, you fucking use Shiki then. Fucking, he probably awakened his devil fruit. Fucking Whitebeard probably awakened his devil fruit, bro. God damn.
Pirates and was later captured and imprisoned and impelled down for over 20 years. However, after Luffy and Blackbeard broke into the prison, he escaped with other inmates. Bullet ate the Gasha Gasha no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to telekinetically disassemble and reassemble objects into whatever he pleases. With the fruit's power, Bullet could create large mechanical structures, including submarines and robot suits.
I don't even know if this has been confirmed.
Like other
has it been confirmed?
List, he also managed to awaken his fruit, which allowed him to manipulate objects from a much greater range and even
has it been confirmed that he's awakened his fruit?
Islands as he saw fit. Bullet can also use this power on himself along with armament hockey in order to enter a powered state, similar to how Luffy enters his Gear 4 forms. In this state, his body turns shining blue with red eyes, and his arms are expanded and compressed.
That's what do you call it? Android 13 from Dragon Ball Z when he absorbed those other whatever, right?
Grant him maximum offensive power. One major downside to this fruit, though, is that it's entirely dependent on the resources Bullet has at his disposal, and he also must know exactly what he's making and how it's made, meaning it's also limited by his mechanical knowledge. Ultimately, since Bullet isn't a canon character, I can't place him any higher than C tier.
Bro, why did you even use him?
As we all know, at the beginning of the series, Luffy ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that granted his body the properties of rubber, effectively turning him into a rubber human. However, only recently in the manga did we discover that Luffy's fruit is actually called Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika, and that it's actually a mythical Zoan fruit that allows Luffy to turn into the sun god. According to the 5 elders, this fruit has not been awakened for centuries before Luffy did it, and based on their reactions,
because no one else had it for centuries.
The first time he awakened this fruit, Luffy's appearance changed drastically, with his hair and clothes turning white, his eyebrows resembling spirals, and steam wrapping all around him. However, this awakening didn't only change Luffy's appearance, as he also got many new combat abilities, such as freely manipulating the shape and size of his body, manipulating the environment around him like it's made of rubber, and even stretching anything he touches. With all these new abilities, Luffy was finally able to bring down one of the 4 Emperors of the Sea, Kaido, and if he managed to do that, the other characters on this list should pose no real threat to him. Therefore, Luffy is the first character that deserves to be in the S tier.
No, yeah, his devil fruit is absolutely bonkers, bro. Yeah. So basically, the people he missed out that I think he did, whether this is confirmed or not, Kaido, he had black flames around him. Kaido's kid, obviously the Gorosei, they all got black flames. Obviously, if you want to speculate, you'll say f***ing Emu's awakened, Whitebeard is awakened, stuff like that, bro. Like, come on. Okay, I'm gonna stop hating, bro. Jesus. So, I mean, the list, apart from 2 of the people, 3 people he mentioned in there, like from 2 from the film there, and then obviously those f***ing beasts, the list was alright. I don't know why I'm hating so much, but obviously I'm just nitpicking. I don't like the class, how he classed people. Like, he got like 3 people wrong, in my opinion, which was Doflamingo, Lucci, and Kaku, or whatever. Shit, I don't remember. But basically, he got a few people wrong, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you subscribe. Wassiboi. Signing out.